Welcome to Kash and Dash Unscripted, episode 335 with Owen Dashner and Kash and Dennis Bertrand. Bertrand.
One of these years, you'll get his name right, Ted.
Bertrand.
Hey, what's up, dude? What's going on with you this week?
Well, we closed the deal today.
I know.
Yeah.
And I'm going home with some swag, some very unanticipated. I gotta show this to the camera. Let me get this.
So
on the table.
so when I went to get this for you, I wanted something that really looked really good on your new whiskey display area.
Okay, let's start with the thing that I thought what you could have led with, which is Blanton's, which is a stellar bourbon. I haven't had this in at least a couple of years, so I was excited about that. And then
everybody's like, I can't hear you because you're walking away. So if you're watching this show online on YouTube, which go to the Kash and Dash YouTube channel, you can see this.
So this is it's got a 6-shooter that came with it. It's Doc Holliday 10-year bourbon, and it is beautiful.
It's got a door knocker.
I feel bad even drinking this, so this might just be one of those things you guys celebrate with after I kick the bucket at my wake. But look at this thing. It is beautiful box. It's got, like I said, an actual metal 6-shooter in there from the old school days, from when Young Guns was kind of the popular movie. But anyway, thank you for that. It's completely unnecessary.
This
but
is
very
what happens
cool.
when you do real estate with Ted.
Yeah.
You gotta take care of the people that take care of you.
Okay, so let's talk about the car wash, dude. The new car wash.
Yeah. So we, as of recording this, we'll be closing in a week. Going to be using Hard Money on getting this.
What hard money company do you like to go with?
Using your Hard Money. I'll say the name if they sponsor the show.
Oh, okay. Liquid Lending Solutions.
So called up Luke and called up you and did my application process. Got approved the same day. So thank you for that. We are using Hard Money and getting the rehab done with it. We are going to go ahead and get that done. And
what made this a good deal, though? You talk about that. So
the backstory in this is 3 years ago, this particular car wash froze.
Okay.
The pipes froze. The heater system went out. He started battling the insurance company. Mm-hmm. And in battling with the insurance company, 3 years later, they still have not paid out all the money. So he started buying all the new equipment, getting it ready, but didn't install it because, you're dealing with the insurance battle.
Yeah.
So now I don't want to put the number out there, but he's almost looking at still just shy of a 6-figure amount of money that he's still battling with them.
He's still owed.
Yeah, from them. And I'm like, hey, keep the LLC, keep fighting for the insurance. The number you're asking, I find it is fair, but when you get creative with potential buyers, then they recognize that. So my offer, besides, I'm not going to give the numbers of it specifically yet, but I will say I provide a clean offer. I said, here's my offer. I will handle any real estate fees, commissions, title expenses. I want to use my title company of choice, gave them all that information. And then I also said that, you can keep the insurance money, which is a lot of people are asking for that insurance money.
Yeah.
I also said that I will close on your day. I will do a Hard Money bill, be same as cash for you. I don't want inspection, but I'd like to get my contractor in here, just get final bids done. And all the equipment that you bought, I would like that included in the deal. Mm-hmm. But it just,
because he got all the new equipment, he was just waiting to install it until the insurance payout, right? Because the labor would have been what you're
significant.
Paying for. Yeah.
So he's just kind of waiting for that. But the nice thing is almost everything's bought. There's a couple things that he says I don't need to replace, but after my experience with my current car wash of having to sometimes fix things 3 times a week.
Yeah.
I told Axel Foley with Wash Force, I'm like, I want this bid out so everything is completely brand new and I don't have to deal with any repairs.
Yep.
As far as I'm concerned, anything that still works, we'll keep in storage as, backup parts.
Yep. Now, okay, so this is this a 3-bay?
So it's 2 interior bays, 1 outside bay.
When you say interior, is that
it actual built bays, and then exterior bays would be for a big truck.
Okay.
So they wash outside.
They have a pressure washer out there, and then so it's bigger.
Yeah,
more space.
I don't know how that works if I got to turn it off in the winter or not, but I guess I'll find out.
Yeah, because it'll be out there in the elements, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So we'll find that out, but. Long story short, it's a great deal, and it's on a premium piece of land. It's an area called Utah, Nebraska. It's right on the highway, which if you're from the Omaha area, it's Center Street West, way out west. I don't know what that'd be, like 280th or something like that there.
Probably. Yeah, that's probably about right.
But it's right next to a Casey's gas station. There's commercial all around it. It's right before you get enter the downtown strip of the neighborhood. And I think there was like a dozen offers on this.
Yeah.
Significantly higher than mine too. But like I said, mine was clean, no inspections. You couldn't make a deal any cleaner, for the seller.
For the seller, yeah.
Yeah, which is, you got to like think about that when you're making an offer. You got to like, what does this guy want? If I was in his position, what would I want to see?
Yep.
And I put myself in that position, but also I had a little bit of credibility with this gentleman. We had some past history when with marketing items down the road or in the past. And the cool part is the people that he called for advice were already people in my inner circle.
Mm-hmm.
So they had good things to say, which is really good reason why you need to make sure you have a great reputation.
Yeah.
Because that does.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I do love the fact that, you didn't say, oh man, there's 12 other offers, I'm not even going to bother. You still made your offer for what would work for you and didn't get caught up in trying to get into a bidding war. I don't know if you knew what some of the other offers were, but you'd have to assume they were above what you paid.
Yeah.
And you stuck to your guns on that, your 6-shooter. And ended up getting a good deal out of it. So since I'm not familiar with the process of rehabbing a car wash, is the process going to take as long as it would, say, a house?
No, not at all, because
a lot less.
But half the stuff is already installed.
Okay.
So he's already had this process going. The other stuff, I mean, it's literally like hoses and airlines and it's really I could get this mechanically up and running for probably a quarter of the amount of money that I'm going to actually spend on it.
But you want peace of mind out of it and not have to deal with constant, break fix stuff. Right?
So I want everything brand new. And then on top of that, I want to give it a facelift and a rebrand. Because right now it's a picture of his daughter as an infant baby as a sign, and which is great. And part of the deal is like, I get all that signage.
Okay.
And I was like, great. Because every car wash I take on, I want to name it after the town.
Okay.
To make it feel like it's their car wash.
So it's going to be Utan car wash?
Utan car wash, yeah.
Okay.
And so we'll have to get some new signage on there. I'm going to dress up the bays, do some better lighting. There's some great car washes in town that I have been visiting lately to just steal ideas from them.
Okay.
But also adding more functions into the car wash, like your dryers and whatnot, like that's really where you can make money, because ideally you want to keep them in the bay as long as possible.
Now, does it have like vacuum stations?
Yep.
Also? The
crazy part is like my small town car wash now, the vacuums made me make $20 a week.
Okay.
Like, or less.
Yeah.
They don't make a ton of money.
Yeah.
And I thought, honestly, I'm like, okay, this is probably because it's good to have vacuums in your car wash. It's the process, right? But he's like, no, man, he's like, I was making $165 a week per
vacuum.
Per vacuum.
At the Utan one?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, and he goes, a week. And I'm like, that's game changing.
Yeah.
And I based all this on my previous appraisal on my last car wash. I'm like, it appraised for $215. So it's appraised for $215 yen. So I kind of worked in that budget.
Yep.
And but because of the location and the land, which is almost a full acre piece of land, it sounds like I should do way better on it in the end.
Well, I think, now that you've got your feet under you with having some experience owning a car wash, and you've kind of dove into this as a niche in real estate and business, I think, people may be catching this episode. They're probably thinking like, the other one you bought for, just over $200,000.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem like that much money. And if you get, if you can get commercial debt on it and you buy it right, get commercial debt on it, it should cash flow. But I think probably the sticking point most people have, including maybe myself, like it'd be hard for me to say what makes this worth 200,000 versus 300,000 versus 100,000,
Location.
Yeah. So location, the land value, the traffic count,
how many
all of those things.
How many bays you have.
Yep. But you're taking a little bit of a flyer because, like you said, it froze a couple of years ago. So it's been down. And that way, like if you had his last couple of years of, profit and loss statements or a T12 at least, you'd be able to get a pretty good idea what you can expect, walking right into it. But you're taking a little bit of a gamble. But now that you have some experience in owning the other one, and you talk to the appraiser, which I think is a key thing. Right. So word to the wise out there, today's golden nugget.
I love golden nuggets.
It might be to start befriending some commercial appraisers if that's something that you're looking to do. Because a lot of times if you go to a local bank, especially, there's only a limited number that have a lot of expertise in certain niches like car washes. Right. Not that they're going to do you any favors necessarily, because I know they have to do their,
they got to get paid.
Yeah. But you can say, hey, would you mind like looking this over and give me kind of your rough, quick and dirty appraisal value?
You're the one who told me to call them.
Yeah, but it was very helpful because I know, as a hard money lender, if we get,
Unique,
a somewhat unfamiliar asset that we get approached with about a loan, we obviously know you, and that's the biggest, check mark there. But it's like, well, what makes the, UTAN? What's in UTAN? Where is this in UTAN? All those things. What's the traffic count? So I was starting to get all these questions because, you and I were talking about it originally. And I'm like, here's the appraisal. And I screenshotted what you sent me from the appraisal. And they're like, this is great. And so that's how you kind of learn this, right? You have to just kind of dive in sometimes on a lower risk asset like you bought. And now you're ready to go on your next one. And you got better systems and processes. And
the thing I'm running into right now, because honestly, this would be a perfect BRRRR.
Yeah.
And just in a commercial situation. And this has everything I need to probably be one of the best BRRRRs I would ever do. Mm-hmm. But on the commercial side, the banks so far want to see a seasoning period of operation before they'll let you do any type of cash out on the property.
Okay.
And at least that's the people I'm talking to so far. So I've been like really shopping around to try to find a bank that might work with me. Because not that I truly want to cash out of this, but I'm so confident on this one getting up and running that I could take that cash and then finish my other car wash, which isn't 100% done with the renovations. I've been really just maintaining more than updating. So if I could literally have that money and then be able to go replace all the lines and put new pumps in and update the systems that I have at the other wash, which would be enough money for that plus, then that takes out all those repair issues I'm dealing with, and that thing can actually start making true money.
Yeah.
And there's, I mean, honestly, I have this empty bay that's too small for another car wash that's there. It's a storage bay. But if I put 5 washers, 5 dryers as a little mini laundromat in that small town right next to all the state parks, and then did some vending in there and a couple of little ideas I have, that alone, I am very confident would probably 10x my profits on that building.
There used to be, I lived in Council Bluffs when I was, I think, 19 and 20, right on the kind of like Old Town, South Main Street. Mm-hmm. And there was about 2 blocks down from my apartment, there was this place called Duds and Suds.
Oh, yeah.
And it was,
there's a few of those around.
You could go in and it was basically like a small bar, and you go in and throw your laundry in, and then you go in and, watch the game while you're having a beer, waiting for your laundry to get done. I thought it was a genius idea back then, even when I was, a dipshit 19-year-old. And now I'm a, dipshit 51-year-old. But I took my stuff there because, like anybody, I until my laundry got about that high off the floor, I didn't, I just wore whatever was somewhat clean.
Well, this is why I'm so excited about bringing Dan Zimmerman back in, because he said you come.
Oh yeah, he's had all kinds of experiences.
He's got laundromats. He's got the gambling machines in there, and the success he's had with the gambling machines. I think at one point he said that was making more money than his car wash.
Yeah,
or not his car wash, but his laundromat, which is insane.
I know, and he's got the dog washing place where you take your own.
He says he does pretty good with it.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, don't do a dog wash. And I'm like, but we've been taking our dog there because it's the only one like it.
Yeah.
And the kids love to do the silly voices. Like you can pick the voice that talks to you. There's like 50 different voices.
Really?
All celebrity voices. So the kids pick.
Oh, that's funny.
The kids went from like Donald Trump to Snoop Dogg in voices.
That's funny. Hey, I was going to tell you this. So yesterday, I had the Caffeine and Capparate's coffee meetup yesterday, and I had a guy come and talk. I wish you could have been there. You would have loved this.
If there's one that you think I should be at, let me know. But my intention is always to be there.
Yeah.
But with the kids going back to school and whatnot.
So I had a guy come and speak, and he was I think he said he's been in the business 50 years in insurance and tax, basically planning and consulting. Not a CPA, not an insurance salesman, but a guy that will basically design creative strategies on how you can basically not pay so much. And we talked a couple of the key takeaways I had from that, and I had lunch with him, so I asked him to come speak because he just blew my mind when I met with him. He talked about charitable remainder trusts as a way to basically
what is that?
I'm not an attorney or CPA,
okay.
But it's basically you can create a trust for the purposes of transferring an asset into it, and at your disposition of that, when you like, because you can quit claim deed like I could deed a property over to you, but a lot of times that will trigger a taxable event because it's considered a transaction.
Okay,
you can deed a property that you own into a charitable remainder trust. And when that property sells through the trust, again, do not quote me on this, please, listeners.
Yeah.
But my understanding is there's a way you can structure it properly that it does not trigger a taxable event. And then there's other things that go along with that, like setting up generational trusts that will pass on to, when you die, it goes to your survivors, and then so on and so on. But he also talked about basically creating your own insurance company called a captive insurance
company. You've been talking about this for a while.
And that's what I was really excited about originally. And then he started talking about some of these advanced tax planning strategies, and I was like blown away. And he gave really good examples of like customers he's worked with. He's kind of a guy that really dumbs it down for you so that, he's drawing like a square and here's the house in it and here's stick figures of the people that, we're talking about. But the whole crowd, there were probably, I was going to say probably 25, maybe 30 people there. And it was
that's packed house.
It was good. Yeah, I didn't even get to sit at the table. I just sat in the back. But it was really cool event. So for those of you that are like slightly interested in that, hit me up, or if you have any questions about that, I can certainly put you in touch with the person. But hit us up on air at cashanddash.com and let us know what your question is.
If you start bringing in more speakers, that'd make your life a lot easier with these. With these events?
Is it easy lining up speakers every single week?
I mean,
it's not. That from lining up podcast guests.
Well, it depends on what. Like, if you want a specific topic, it's easy to think about people to reach out to.
Yeah.
And when you have a reputation and credibility, then a lot of people say yes.
Yeah, that's true. And people have been very gracious. That I've had some longtime attendees for that meetup group. It's been going a couple of years now. And anytime I've, had to be out of town or couldn't make it or whatever, generally somebody has kind of stepped in and picked up the slack. So certainly appreciate that. But check out the Caffeine and Cap Rates. We've got a Facebook group. It's a pretty small group. I don't post in there very often, but we have an event every Thursday at 9 a.m. for networking. 9:30 usually is when we start digging into topics. And that's at the Table on 12th and Howard in downtown Omaha.
How much do you think you spent on coffee tabs over the last 2 years?
Well, I could tell you pretty close. It's about $800 a month on the coffee. So I pick up the tab on the drinks, and then everybody else pays for, if you want full breakfast or whatever.
You just need Liquid Lending to really sponsor this.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm not a sponsorship guy. You are. So that's not my jam.
That's a significant amount of money going out.
It is, but I'm not doing it for any other reason. I'm like, that's not the intent.
I know.
I'm just doing it because I like sharing.
And everybody listening knows that too.
Yeah. But anyway, so that was kind of cool. In other things, in other news, man, I know this seems like a never ending topic with me, but like we're trying to get our move done to the new house, and just to vent because nobody will ever listen to this on their side on my wife's side of the family. But wow, my in-laws, man. All of them at my house, both houses, helping pack, and it's so helpful. And my sister-in-law, God bless her, she's been a godsend with doing this. But I just gotta
need some space.
I'm done, man. There's so many women in my house, like all day, all the time, asking questions I don't know answers to on where stuff should go and what we're doing with this. And I don't know anything. Just tell me.
For the first time in a long time, when they ask where Owen is going, he's like, I'm going to the podcast studio. And he's got a smile.
Yeah, I'm out. So it's just a lot of that stuff. And, like we talked about, I'm having a home office built that I'm kind of excited about. I'm doing I actually am going to have a decent home office. I've got some design stuff that Claude helped me with.
Yeah.
That I'm gonna kind of decorate it up and maybe do some podcasting out of there eventually.
Nice. What would that end up costing to build out?
I don't know yet. It's framed and the doors are hung and there's no drywall yet as far as I know, unless it's happening today. But there's already carpet in there and the electricals ran and all that stuff. So it's more of just like walls, drywall, doors, and then I got to buy the shelving and the wall and then paint it.
And of course, all your permits you had to get for that.
Oh yeah, yeah, all full permitted.
Yeah.
Yep. But dude, I was going to tell you. So the place I'm moving to in Council Bluffs, Iowa, is it's a little bit out of town. It's Bent Tree. It's a golf course community out there.
Yeah.
And there's very limited options for what you can get for internet. And I've had a certain internet local provider here for 25 years at least, and I'm over it. Like the costs keep going up. The speeds I get aren't that great, even though I'm on the topmost tier that you can get unlimited. And I ended up going Starlink.
Oh, nice.
So they came and did the install yesterday and just put, a small dish. It's probably about that big. It's like a rectangle. probably about like 18 inches across by 12 high. And they just put it right on the back side of the house on an eave. You could barely even notice it. But the installer was really, really cool dude. He had to end up getting up in the attic, which it's been hotter than crap here. You know, it's almost like Trinidad with the weather. And so he was crawling around the attic, and he came down because I haven't even been up in the attic.
Yeah.
And he goes, you have the nicest attic I've ever been in. He goes, this is my 7th one of these installs today that I've done locally. So he's all over the place doing these constantly. And I go, really? So I went and poked my head up there. It's only maybe 10 degrees warmer up there than the garage that I was in, because it's so well ventilated and insulated.
Interesting.
And so and then I get up there, and the ceilings are like 12 feet tall. Like I could stand up. I could legit put a man cave up there. So that's what I'm thinking about. My in-laws coming over, that's where I'm going.
Do you have access to it? Like the stairs up?
There's no stairs. It's just you have to get, probably a 12-foot ladder to get up it.
They're like, Owen's like,
I'm thumping around upstairs.
I'm going to the podcast studio, and then everybody like thinks he left, and then really he has a secret space upstairs.
I have thought about doing something cool, like a hidden room or something like that. Having Chris build one.
Hey, Chris, go build that right now before we move in.
Yeah. So I may have Owen's secret room in the attic. I don't know.
I've had my own internet issues. Like we had the golf event.
Yeah.
And then my internet got cut during the middle of the event. And then I called up, and we were with CenturyLink.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And CenturyLink is just like, oh, sorry, you got swapped over today to AT&T. And I'm like, with no notice, no nothing. And then they lied to me and said they sent me these emails telling me about this. I'm like, I go, here, no emails. I went through everything. And so long story short, I had to create a new account because I hate Cox. They suck. And
that's who I've been with forever.
And then CenturyLink is really, they really like the product is amazing. Customer service is awful.
Yeah, I've heard that.
And then so now it's AT&T bought them out.
Yep.
So I called them, and I had to set up a whole new account. And they're like, oh, we got to run new wires, and we got to give you a new box. So we had no internet for 2 to 3 weeks.
Oh man,
which was a nightmare.
Yeah, kids were happy.
I ended up becoming a temporary customer of Verizon internet.
Yeah,
and then and that system was terrible too. Like,
was it?
Yeah, every night it would cut out.
Oh,
and I'm like, what is?
I considered that too. I looked into everything.
I tried it. I tried it for 2 to 3 weeks, and because I'm like, I have no internet for this long. I'm going to try it.
When I was doing, go ahead.
Yeah, let me finish the story real quick.
Yeah.
So they come and they wire it. We have a pool in the backyard, so they've now draped this wire all on there. It goes over my pool filters and everything, and it didn't bury it because of the landscaping.
Oh,
and so now it's been sitting like that for ugly. It's been sitting like that for weeks. Like I've actually clotheslined myself going into my gate. That's not a joke. I like clothesline myself. So the guy shows up. They have everything marked in the yard for utilities. The guy shows up and he's like, oh, so what am I supposed to do here? I'm like, does the fiber optic cable change from one company to the other that you bought out? No, it should be the same. I go, well, then can you just switch the port and use the same cord? Because you already took up my landscaping up a couple years ago, and I've asked for a year and a half for you guys to fix my drain tiles and everything. You messed up in my gravel and everything, and you guys have never done it, or your previous company.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, I'm not sure about that. I'm gonna have to call the manager. And he's like, but I can't do this because you have turf and you have all this stuff, and I can't do this. It's beyond my ability.
Yeah.
4 people have been out now, and now they brought in a guy from Minnesota the last 3 days to come look at this now.
So stupid.
And he's like, I'm just gonna be upfront with you. I think your line got accidentally cut. And then when you call AT&T, they just go ahead and tell you that they switched you over to be able to maintain your service. He goes, but because there's no signal in that line because he tested it.
Yeah.
He's like, you actually got cut. They lied to you about this, and we will have to take up your landscaping, but I don't know how to do it yet. So now this guy's been back and forth.
That guy's getting fired for sure.
He's like a big manager, and I'm like, what is going on here, people? This is stupid.
Yeah. Hey, Starlink, bro. I'll report back. But
yeah,
he did the speed test, and it's at least double, if not more, of the fastest thing that I signed up for at Cox. That was costing me about $180 a month, and it would keep tacking on more. It's like, you've used all your data or whatever, and then I'd have to pay $20 more every gig or whatever I used.
Guess what I'm paying for AT&T?
What?
Unlimited full gig speed, $45.
Wow.
And it's fast as heck. I tested it, and it was like 900 something up.
Huh.
So I was just like,
that's pretty good.
Yeah. And then before I was paying $80.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
my Starlink's 85, and I was paying double, if not more. I was paying for sure double that with Cox, and so I'm excited to kind of see how that works.
That's cheaper than I thought, because I have it at one of my car washes, and I think it's $120.
They have 3 tiers.
Okay,
so you get the basic one, which is kind of like for RVs and stuff like that if you want to go on the road.
Yeah,
and then the 85 is for most families that works just fine.
Got it.
So I'm going to give that a whirl, and the speeds seem to be tracking with what I need.
Because I'll probably do Starlink at the
it's so frustrating
new car wash.
Yeah, it's so frustrating though, trying to, like, if you home office, and you're trying to do Zoom calls or whatever, and like it'll freeze or buffer, or like you lose unstable internet, and like I'm on podcasts sometimes as guest, and it's like so frustrating. So I'm excited.
Yeah, it'd be like that one guest that we had where the whole time we didn't see him because their internet was so bad, and then our video didn't turn out.
Yeah.
I would say, Owen, if there's any way for you to get a hard wire into your office, please do that.
Yeah, there's a Cat 5. I think it's called a Cat 5 cable. Yeah, I have that right there, already wired. So that's going to work perfect.
Yeah, definitely.
I started self-wiring my house, after that with Cat 5 I have a splitter box off the main one, and I ran it through the basement to the kids' PlayStation and to different, because it's so much more efficient.
Yeah, because you have so many devices that use Wi-Fi now that it just drains it. It's like a parasite. Well, speaking of parasites, I have some landscaping to take care of, so we should probably get out of here.
Yeah, you got to go do landscaping?
Yeah, I have a lot of that to do at the new house. It's 1.2 acres, and I was excited to get that until I realized how overgrown all the assorted weeds and shrubbery and everything else.
Do you want my lawn guy? He's really affordable.
No, I've got one. Okay. He's good too, but the landscaping part's a whole separate issue.
Okay. Well, with that, guys, we appreciate you listening to us. It's 335 episodes now, which is just crazy to think about. But hey, if you know somebody would be great for the podcast, please reach out to us. If you got questions, email us at On Air. Check out our new website, cashanddash.com. You can ask questions on there. You can try to get on the podcast, and there's lots of features that we're consistently adding to that. And and please share us with somebody that would love the podcast.
Boom.
With that, Owen Dashner, we see us out.
On behalf of Dennis Bertrand and Ted Kaasch, I'm Owen Dashner, and you've been listening to the Kash and Dash Show.